Good day, class. Welcome back. First, I'd like to start with a couple of announcements. Remember that your SA2, an extra credit, is coming due. If you need an extension on your SA2, you need to request it before the deadline. And there are no extensions for extra credit, so that is due by the due date. Remember, you can get up to 2.5 points for each extra credit submission. There's extra credit option A and B. You need to be sure that they are complete and done correctly, so double check the guidelines that were posted earlier. I noticed some of you, when you submitted your framed figures, that first sentence where you introduce the figure, you didn't actually use a complete sentence. Some of you did, some of you did not. So make sure that is a complete sentence that introduces the figure. Second, remember that you cannot use the word you or your. Next, when you caption the figure, make sure that you do write FIG period 1, just like it is shown in the sample. And then your description does need to be 3 to 5 sentences with a discussion that follows, and the discussion does need to be detailed as well. Remember, this is a writing class, so please pay attention to that and double check your spelling, your grammar, your sentence structure. Remember, you can earn up to 2.5 points each. So if something is not complete, then you could possibly not earn the full amount of extra credit that is offered. So let me know if you have any questions about that. Okay, so let's talk about what we will be starting next. As you know, we have SA3 coming up. Now this is going to be a little bit different. It's not a complete essay. You're essentially going to write one complete paragraph. Now the reason this is different is because you will be integrating some research. So this will help prepare you for Composition 2, which is a research and writing course. Now, you'll be using what we've learned. So you will have a framed figure. Please use the one that you've already submitted, so make sure that you make the adjustments to that. Okay, so if I said that you needed to fix something, you need to make sure that you do fix it, because I'll see it again in what is Essay 3, which is really your extended research paragraph. Now, you'll be using your skills and summarizing, paraphrasing, and quoting, so you want to make sure that you look at your feedback for that also. And you really understand how to cite sources in text. Most of you did an excellent job with that. However, a few of you did not cite your sources properly in text, so do review that. And you will have a works cited page for this assignment. So you've practiced that with your SA2, and there's the sample of how to cite a source on the works cited page. And I'll update those samples for your instructions for this particular assignment. Now, I'm going to call it SA3, but do know that it's one research paragraph. Now this paragraph will begin with a topic sentence, and the topic needs to introduce the product or the advertisement that you are going to be discussing. And that's the same one you submitted for the framed figure assignment. And you need to make sure that it's different than your sentence that introduces the figure itself, the image. So for instance, if you have a Lancome Cosmetic ad, then you could say Lancome Cosmetics introduces new products year-round. That's a good topic sentence. The next one might say something like, the next sentence might say something like, in the following ad, Lancome displays their new lipstick, Rouge, starring whoever the movie star is. Just introduce it, then you show your figure, you caption it correctly, then you describe it. You've already written your description. Make sure your description is of what we're seeing in the ad. You're not adding any additional information, just what is visible in the ad. That's 3 to 5 sentences. And then following your description, you will have a discussion. Now, in this discussion, you will need to include information from 2 sources. So you need to find 2 articles or links on websites that discuss information about that particular product. And you will show me a summary, a paraphrase, a framed quote, plus 2 additional techniques. And those 2 additional techniques need to be different from the others that you've used in the paragraph. So maybe you use example or compare and contrast or process. Whatever it is you choose to use is entirely up to you. You can also use them in whatever order you want. So the summary, paraphrase, framed quote, and the other two techniques, you could have those in any order you want in the discussion section. You do need to cite a source after the summary, the paraphrase, and the framed quote. Now, I told you had to use two sources, so maybe you choose the summary and the paraphrase from one source, so you'll cite that, and then the framed quote from another source, so you'll cite that in text. Now, this does need to be a complete paragraph, so that means that you're not separating out the sections. You'll have your topic sentence, and then connected to that, you'll have the introduction to your figure, you'll show the figure, you'll caption it underneath, and then you want to make sure that you stay justified to the left. That means touching the left-hand margin, do not indent the description. And then directly following the description, you'll go into the discussion. So you're not doing extra spaces, you're not separating out the sections, you're not labeling anything. This is all in one complete paragraph. And then at the end, write your concluding sentence, and since you are not transitioning to anything else, your concluding sentence will simply summarize the paragraph. Now, this does involve a lot of attention to detail, making sure you cite your sources in text, making sure you're using the correct transitions for all of your writing techniques. Since this is only a paragraph and it counts for a grade that is worth the same amount as an essay, you want to really take your time with it. Focus on the details, make sure you review the instructions, re-watch this video if you need to. Some of you are not watching the videos at all or only watching them once. You want to make sure that you re-watch them so you understand each part and you reread the instructions. This will be due next Monday. Okay, so this assignment is due in a week. That gives you plenty of time. If you have questions while you're working on it, please do let me know. Remember, I'm here to help. Now this week we will be having our Zoom meetings a little earlier. We usually have it on Friday. This time I'm going to give you a little time to get started on this, and we will have our Zoom meetings on Thursday of this week, Thursday. So I'll post the link for that on Wednesday. So we're going to have our Zoom meetings on Thursday. This will give you an opportunity to ask questions once you've gotten started and you're working on it, to go over something that you've written and really get some feedback before you do submit it. I hope you all are having a wonderful week. Please, again, remember, Essay 2 is coming due, as is your extra credit, and it's time to start working on your Essay 3, which is the extended research paragraph. Please review the guidelines. Let me know if you have any questions. I hope you all have a wonderful week. Do take care. You're doing awesome so far, so keep up the good work. Goodbye. Farewell.